Hey, everybody, good afternoon. This is going to be the Trading Talk time, and um, we're your hosts. I want to introduce you to our master trader, Dr. Alex, and I'm going to be Coach D. So between the two of us, we're going to start to talk to you about some of the exciting things you've all been wondering about trading. But here's what we've done. We've put together a concept of ideas that are not only going to make sense, for just like us, for you, we think they're going to make money. And I guess that all by itself might have your attention. So first of all, let me introduce you to Alex. Alex, say hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm pretty good. Yeah, waiting anxious to talk to you guys and explore the opportunities to tell you about my system.
Great. If we're going to if we're going to become a good trader, we want to understand trading from the standpoint of having a single operating space, an operating workspace that's consistent and continuous, and that's what we work from. Would you agree that that's the most important?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you look at the big picture, you're always trying to understand market starting from, 1,000 feet and then dive in to the different type of time frame to understand how to analyze the market and finally to make in a smaller time frame how to make decision how to place the trade. So it's
Okay,
a top-down approach.
a top-down approach.
Top-down approach, yes.
Okay,
Top-down, it
so
does mean you look at the large time frame, then a bit smaller time frame, and then very small time frame when
okay,
you make decision.
let me make sure if I can just kind of create a picture of what we're talking about. When we talk about a large time frame first, then we're going to talk about a smaller time frame second, and then from there we're going to go into the smallest time frame. And so we're going to operate from three distinct positions. Can we name the first one like large time frame or LTF?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to assign the name to these time frames. Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's a good idea.
And then the second time frame is where we're going to do our analysis. We could go with ATF, analysis time frame. And
Very
then
good.
on the smallest one, we've got to say, hey, let's take the trade. So we could call that the execution time frame. So we're going to go with LTF, ATF, and ETF. Our operating workspace should provide us very clear information that is designed to move us progressively and systematically from one and then to the other. I think the best thing we'll accomplish with this is removing the impatience, the emotionalism, and we could do that through charts. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, it's basically selection of the time frame. This is the difference between the trading styles.
Alex, from time to time, I'm well known for analogies. So when we do bring you an analogy, um, to some people, that's exactly what's going to make the light bulb go off, and they're going to go, "Oh, I get it. Now I understand what you're saying." And to those of you that that's not entirely so necessary, please be patient and understand, because the key to successful trading is patience. And by the way, Alex and I, we're brilliant guys. We got big fat IQs, and I won't talk about big fat anything else's, but the
Don't even mention.
yeah, not heads. We're going to try to make this fun, but everything done here is at the absolute most intent for professional purpose and outcome. We just we just don't like the boredom that could potentially put you to sleep. So, Alex, show us what a large time frame chart is going to look like.
So let me start first with explaining. Not everyone have the same platform as we do. We're using NinjaTrader platform. So today we're going to capture just only one platform. It's NinjaTrader. I'm going to bring it over. This is NinjaTrader platform. It's a main control panel, and they have multiple tabs on the top. We're going to start from the first one, what says New. We'll click on New, and then we need to find the chart. As you see the chart here, we'll click on the chart, and then we have another window which we need to select the instrument. For this
Okay,
specific,
hold on a second, because listen, everybody, Alex can fly. So I'm only gonna slow things down just a little as we go sometimes to give some of you a chance to make your notes and to catch up. First of all, let me tell you in advance, we're not paid by NinjaTrader. We've chosen that platform independently because we absolutely think that's best.
this platform is free, so you don't need to pay for that. As far as our selection, we selected for two different reasons. One of them is, data feed. We can have a different data feed from different brokers. So this one reason. Another reason, we can develop our own software, and their API application programming interface is the best in the industry.
That's great. And listen, it won't take any of you very long to figure out that Alex's background is genius in what he's going to be teaching you. Little by little, we'll share each of our backgrounds as we get to know each other more. Uh, Take it away, Alex. Thanks.
Sure, thank you. So for instrument, we have a pre-programmed set of instrument. You can pick up anything what you want. It's starting from currency, cryptocurrency. So this is Euro instrument, DAX, Dow Jones. You have a bunch of ETF. This list I create for myself for my different trading platform, forex futures, indices, and etc. So, but for the sake of this settings, it doesn't matter what kind of instrument you pick. I'm going to start from MNQ. MNQ is a micro Nasdaq future. So you'll
What do you
see,
mean micro NASDAQ future? So we're in the NASDAQ, but the micro NASDAQ?
basically micro, it's a 1,000 contracts. It's smaller than a mini contract, which allows you the regular retail person to trade this product with a real small margin. The margin per contract for this one is $500. I
So
think
in other
right
words,
now,
I don't need to have a $50,000
right,
bankroll
right, good
before
job.
I
Yeah,
can have a whole lot less money because they've made a mini version of the big market so I can actually play.
yeah, absolutely right.
What's the least amount of money where I can actually start trading on the conservative side and just getting started with the most minimum amounts? What's that number?
I got it. From this model, you can have $5,000 in your account and use our methodology. Uh, you anticipate to make roughly maybe 30 to 40% a month.
That's about $1,500.
Yeah,
The target number is about 5 grand. And if you would patiently learn exactly what we're learning, we should anticipate about a 60% win rate per month. And that could equate to a $1,500 to $2,000 give.
usually the people who learn the strategy and execute
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
they can
You
double
answered the
their account
question.
in the 4 months,
You
four or
answered the
5 months.
question.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know. Now I'm excited. Let's keep going.
So on a larger time frame, we call LCF. So in our methodology, we can start from day. But if you want to kind of trade this methodology for wealth accumulation, probably weeks is going to be a larger time frame. But right now, let's stick to the days. In the type, we have a day, and value should be one, and number of days is basically number of candles on the chart, number of days, because one candle represent 1 day. So number of days, usually we have 365. But if you add more days, keep in mind your system, your computer may slow down.
If you're making notes and you write down something Alex said, but it's a term or a word you haven't really heard before, just put a little asterisk next to that word. I promise you we're going to cover it. Then just go back and put a circle around the asterisk, which means it was covered. And I'm going to give you one quick example for everybody so that it makes perfect sense. So Alex started out here talking about value. One, value of what? And then about 15 seconds later, he said, of a candle. We will eventually cover everything we say in this very specific format. We're going to tell you what we're going to teach you, then we're going to teach it to you, and then we're going to tell you what we taught you. Alex is going to eventually show you where you could write in some questions. If they're specific to what we're covering, we'll address those. So for now, asterisks if you don't get it, circle it when we finally covered it, and we could keep moving on.
Yeah, thank you. On this chart, we don't have anything to add. Just only one fact I want to cover. It's a candlestick's width. If you select very wide, so it's very difficult to see. You have overlapped between the candles. So usually I prefer just only one. After you set this 3 parameters, just click OK and you're ready to go. Move the control panel out of your way. You see the chart. In this completely brand new chart, you'll see swings.
What is that thing on the chart right there? What is that?
Oh, in the future, so as you become more advanced, you're going to see some supply, demand zones. So you'll see in the future. But right now, let me erase this one. It's not going to confuse anyone.
So are you
this,
saying right now this is it? This is the large time frame chart?
Yeah. So we have 2 steps. Yeah, this is the steps number 1. The step number 2 for different chart time frame. So we're going to set up different indicators. Will help us to do analysis.
All right, I'm going to stop right there. We're going to get to that. So just as a summary before we take our first break, Alex, just talk through the steps one more time to create this large time frame chart just like it looks right now.
Intervene over the control panel, click on New, click on Chart. You're going to have this window, which allows you to configure what type of data you'd like to get, and then click on MNQ. Then you decide you don't change day because it's already set day.
If we didn't pick day, what are the other options?
Oh yeah, lots tons of options, and all of them very important if the people have different trading styles.
In our case, you have to look through that big menu and find day.
Yeah, click it here, you got a day. Yeah, that's it.
And the other pull downs, you make sure that you see what they are. You want to make sure you're actually on candlesticks. Go back to Alex's chart, his screen, compare it to yours, and that will answer all the questions about what does this mean or what is this. The rest of it is pretty straightforward. You notice colors and things like that. Those are going to be options you could pick on your own as time goes by. But for now, you're going to use the same colors and things of that sort that we've picked. And here you have it. Voila, you have a finished chart. And this first time out, we needed to do a little bit of extra housekeeping to make sure that going forward, some of the things we'll say and how we say them will already be covered. At around the 5-minute mark before we cut off that video and take a break, that's about the point where we're just going to do a fast recap of exactly what we did without a lot of explanation. And then if you don't get something, well, then guess what? You got to join the rest of the class and go back and watch it with us. And before we pick it up again, we want to thank you and Alex, and I'm Coach D. So we'll move on to the next video where we learn exactly how to set up our analysis timeframe.